Hey everybody, welcome to another buddy review and another Ferro Concepts review. This is a Ferro Concepts Slingster and Multicam. Let's get it open to look at it. Ooh, okay. I'm very happy to review this guy. Often duplicated, but not often replicated correctly. The Ferro Concepts Slingster. This is one of Ferro's flagship items. It has gone through many iterations over the years, and this is the newest iteration to the Slingster. This thing is fantastic. So this pad, I think I measured it out. Hold on, I'm going to come off camera for a second. Tip to butt at about 23 inches in length, and we're sitting almost dead on at 2 inches in width. Pretty nice pad. It has a nice taper. The taper starts out at, again, sorry, I'm going to come off camera. Taper really aggressively starts at about the 5-inch mark, and again at the 19-inch mark. So, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You got about 15 inches of pad that's not tapered, and then the rest tapers out. The taper is really nice. I do like that taper quite a bit. You've got this really cool pass-through at the top of the pad. That is where your 1-inch goes through, so that it's not sewn down. I've made slings of my own in the past, and what I've usually ended up doing was sewing the 1-inch down, which creates this like channel down here, which isn't uncomfortable, but I do like how flat this is. This was a fantastic idea that Ferro came up with, and has been replicated by more than a few people. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a moment. I got a Krydex over here that's a copy of one of these slingsters, and I'll show you some of the differences between the two. Ferro goes with some 1-inch jacquard woven webbing. Oh man, I know the name of the company too, and I'm blanking right now. It doesn't matter. Jacquard woven Multicam 1-inch. Solution dyed is nice, but I like this woven. I think it's a lot better. This seems to be what they've been using on almost all their products now. They've kind of gone away from the solution dyed 1-inch, which is, here I got a True North over here. It's got a solution dyed strap. This is solution dyed 1-inch, which doesn't look bad, but next to the woven just looks so much better. Some people complain that the woven is a little stiff and can be a little rigidy to them, especially on slings. They don't always like it because they feel like it can just be a little abrasive. I don't feel that way. I have no issues with it, but I just think it looks fantastic. I think it looks a lot better than the solution dyed, and it doesn't fade the way solution dyed does. The front here, you got a tri-glide, most likely ITW. That's going to be how you're going to secure whatever you decide to use for the front of your sling, be it a QD or HK hook or clash hook, whatever you're going to use to secure this to your airsoft gun or real gun. That's how you're going to do it. You're going to put it through that. There's a noticeable lack of elastic up front, so you're going to end up probably using tape. You got this nice adjustment point here, and you got this cool little piece here. So instead of like cordage or something, you've got this awesome rubbery, like purpose-built piece to grip onto and move it. That's a newer addition. You can buy these separately and upgrade legacy slingsters that don't have these, and I think that's kind of cool. I'm glad they are coming standard now. So going back onto the pad, like I said, the whole pad is covered. It's finished off with this Multicam gross grain ribbon, and then flipping it over, you've got the same thing. The only thing I could say is how it's sewn. This gross grain could probably start to kind of rub out and start to kind of fray over time. Not a big deal. You just take a lighter, burn it off. It shouldn't really matter and be a bad deal. Nice bar tacks on each end to finish it out, and that's going to secure it. Sewing's really good. The stitching's good. I've never had an issue with a Ferro product yet where I was like, what the hell? And you got your Ferro tab right here. That's how you know it's the real deal. Tri-glide here. Finish it out to the rear tri-glide. That's where you'll put the other connection point for your AEG or real rifle. Overall, definitely a nice sling, really well made. Now I will bring out the Krydex, kind of give you guys a comparison. So the Krydex pad is actually a little bigger. The Krydex pad is about 2 1/4 versus straight on 2. So yeah, it's about a 1/4 inch bigger than the Slingster pad. that might come into play for some people. They might not like the smaller pad on the real Slingster, and they might like the bigger pad on the Krydex, or they might hate the bigger pad. The Krydex is not a one-to-one perfect copy of the Slingster. They made some minor alterations and changes. Like, they didn't finish it off with cross-grain ribbon. They used Cordura right here. It is the same style pass-through at the top. The padding is similar, but it's a lot thinner on the Krydex. The padding's a lot better on the real deal Ferro. You still have the same tri-glides at either end. The length is actually shorter. The length of the Krydex pad is 21 inches, not 23 inches. So it is a little shorter of a pad. So that's another thing. So if you want a longer pad, you're definitely going to want a real Ferro over this one. They do have elastic keepers. And then they've got these tri-glides back here. They have cut angles at the end of their webbing. They've got 45s cut off to help facilitate marrying it down. For whatever reason, Ferro didn't do that. They just kept it standard, a bitter end. They just kept it standard flat. I'm sure there's a good reason for that and why they decided not to go with this. This cut can fray pretty easily, as you're starting to see on this guy. It's already starting to fray. That might be why they decided to do that. I'm not 100% sure. They've got a very similar adjustment area like the Ferro, except this one has just straight cordage. So, I have reviewed this sling already. There'll be a little card will pop up if you want to see a full-blown review of this. But I just want to kind of show you some differences between the two. Like I said at the beginning, the often replicated but not fully duplicated sling out there, the Ferro Slingster. Slingster is fantastic. I love this thing, and I'm really looking forward to using this at the end of the month when I drive up to D14 to meet a friend and play. I'll be getting some game footage up there and actually be putting some of this newer gear that I've been putting together and using to the test a little deeper, and I'll be doing a lot of follow-up content for all that stuff. Anyway, hope you guys got something out of this review. Thank you so much for watching. If you did, maybe consider punching that little helmet in the bottom right-hand corner of the head to subscribe. I would love if you joined me here because I enjoy doing this. Top right-hand corner is a review I think you might like. Probably going to be the review to that Krydex, so you can go check that full review out if I didn't pop a card up. If I did pop a card up, it'll be something else. Top left-hand corner would be the most recent video that YouTube says that was my most recent. And yeah, as always, guys, get out there, LARP smarter, not harder, and play Airsoft because it's a lot of fun. I'll see you guys on the field. Take care.